I'm getting a bunch of comments in an old video of mine on market anarchy. I had been out, I think. I had been drinking, and I came back and made a video, and it gets views and comments. I don't know why. Sometimes, evidently, it comes up as a related video, is my guess, to some market anarchist stuff that's going on. I haven't really been watching that. I don't know what the community is like on the YouTube. But it's the same old thing. I always say, you just need to study more. Monopolies can only occur when there's a government. Hey, listen. Wrong. That's your myth. Okay? That's your mantra. But to prove that, you're going to either have to demonstrate one or both of two things. One is some logical concept that shows that it has to be that way. Or two, you're going to have to show a historical context where it was that way and that was the result. Well, the historical context is that when there is no government, you have a private enterprise with a productive intent, you have to form your own security forces. That has to be done, or else you will be victimized by just random people in the lawless state. This has happened in lawless places plenty of times. Go check Deadwood. Deadwood was lawless because it was outside the United States, and it comes down to people have to form their own security forces. And not to be thugs, but to protect themselves and their property. They have the right to do that. So when there isn't a government so-called monopoly on the use of force, which itself is just part of the myth, but anyway, because the government, you are allowed to use force to defend yourself, for example. The government has a monopoly on the justice system, which judges whether your use of force was justified. But whatever, I'm willing to say, let's pretend the government has this monopoly. In absence of the government, they don't have the monopoly on the use of force. Private parties have to employ their own force to protect their property, and this becomes a military structure. Okay, and there's nothing in any of that that shows in principle that you can't have a monopoly, because you say, I am allowed, right? I could buy up all the water rights and then I own all the water, and people have to obey that somehow through their respective property rights or whatever. You could say this a million times that you want to. You just study more. Hey, you could read all these books that pander to what you already think and think, well, it's just a matter. It's obviously, it's just a matter. No, what's obvious is that if it's not true, your system falls apart. So you all believe it because if it's not true, your system falls apart. So think about this. You believe it because if it's not true, your system falls apart. If it's not true, which it's not true. Okay?